And for me, I don't know why I'm holding this, and I like to, yeah, I'm like, hi, and welcome back to Alt Baking Bootcamp. I'm your host, nutritionist Mia Rigden, and today we're going to be making a pantry granola. Sometimes making a granola recipe at home can be a little bit expensive because you might not already have all of the ingredients in your pantry, but maybe you have a pantry full of lots of other ingredients. So that's why when coming up with this pantry granola, I wanted to make sort of a choose your own adventure recipe that would make great use of ingredients that you already have at home so that you can make nutrient-dense, delicious granolas every single week without having to go out and buy new ingredients. So this recipe has two components. It has the base and then the add-ins. So traditionally in a granola, the base would be oats, and you can certainly use oats in this recipe. Today, what I'm gonna be using for the base is some puffed brown rice. I like this because it's really light, and I'm gonna be using some coconut flakes. I also really like coconut flakes because they add a lot of bulk and substance to the granola. They're also really low in carbohydrates. They've got lots of healthy fats, so that's great for blood sugar management. So we're gonna use 3 cups of the base and then half, so 1.5 cups of extras. So with the extras, you can do any sort of nut or seed that you have in your pantry. You can use chia seeds, hemp seeds, flax seeds, peanuts, walnuts, almonds, hazelnuts, cashews, literally anything that you have lying around. Today, I'm gonna use a mixture of pumpkin seeds, hazelnuts, and peanuts. Should we get started? So I've got my oven set to 350 degrees. This is a very quick dump and stir recipe, which I love. Who doesn't love a dump and stir recipe? And so we're gonna start with the base. I'm using 1.5 cups of puffed brown rice. I love puffed brown rice. It's like really crunchy, it's got some fiber, and it's light and airy. I like to put it on top of a smoothie. I just think it's a great thing to have in your pantry. And then also some unsweetened coconut flakes. And then for the extras, as I mentioned, we're gonna be using some peanuts, pumpkin seeds, and then I'm gonna chop up some of these hazelnuts, which I love and found in my pantry, and throw them in here as well. Just gonna add these hazelnuts in, and then we've got some cinnamon and a very generous sprinkle of flaked sea salt. I'm just gonna mix this all together, give it a good stir to make sure that all of the ingredients are evenly dispersed. And now I'm going to pour in some olive oil. We've got 1/4 cup of olive oil here, just mix to coat everything. And then we have 1/4 cup of honey. I like to use honey because obviously it adds some sweetness, but honey's really sticky, and so it's gonna give us those clumps that you want when you're making a granola. This is a really fun recipe to make with kids. My son is only 2.5, and he helps me make this sometimes because he likes to, you know, dump the ingredients in the bowl and stir it. So yeah, it's a fun one. Okay, so once all the ingredients have evenly mixed in the bowl, you can lay it out on your parchment paper and bake. All right, so I've got my baking sheet here, and I'm just gonna lay our granola out on an even layer on the baking sheet, and then we're gonna bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes until it's golden brown, fragrant, and crispy. All right, our granola is looking amazing. As you can see, it's nice and golden brown, and it's really, really fragrant. I wish that you could smell through the screen, but you really get that honey and the toasted nuts. It smells fantastic. So I really like to have this granola as like a little crunch on top of my morning smoothie, or in yogurt, or even on ice cream. And you can store this in an airtight container for about 5 days. All right, I am going to find a little piece. Check that out. Nice little cluster. It's got a little bit of everything in there. So good. The honey almost makes it feel caramelized, and I really like the use of the coconut flakes and the puffed brown rice. It's really light and flavorful and delicious. Definitely something I could have every morning. you want the full recipe, please click on the description below so that you make sure you have that, and don't forget to let us know what your combinations are. I cannot wait to see how your pantry granola turns out, and make sure you subscribe to Well+Good's YouTube page so you don't miss an episode of All Baking Bootcamp. See you next time.